Hey everybody, it's Tracy from Downward Dog Rising. It's Valentine's Day, so I was going to share the love with you and give you a little workout. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And it's important to take time for yourself and just show yourself some self-love and appreciation and gratitude for being here right now, today, in the present moment. You're alive. And that's a beautiful thing. So be grateful and feel honored and blessed that you're here right now in this present moment. And anything is possible from here on out. So join me for a little workout and let's mix some yoga and Pilates again. All right, let's start. If you have tight hamstrings, tight inner thighs, or tight IT band, iliotibial band, this will help you out right now. If you have a belt, grab it. If you have a yoga strap, grab it. All right, join me. If you lie down on your mat, take your yoga strap or your belt. I'm gonna wrap it over your foot. Reach your leg up into the air. And I want your two hip bones to face straight to the ceiling. And I want you to feel like your shoulders drop down away from your ears, chest is open. And then I want you to just pull the leg towards you. So you're going to reach leg away, and then I want you to pull the leg towards you. You could also use your yoga strap, make a loop, tie it, and you could do this. Make a little loop and just hold your foot up there like that. That's fine too. Just for ease, I just use it like this. So whatever works for you is okay. So you're just going to pull the leg towards you, stretch back the thigh. Exhale. We'll do sets of 8 and 6 active isolated stretching. And 6 and 5. 4 more. Get the blood flowing. 3. 2 more. Hold it here and just breathe. I'm keeping this knee bent just to have a nice support for the lumbar spine, low back. Relax your shoulders. Doing a little 3-way stretch, like a Padagustasana, A, B, and C. Reclined. Softly just fall into the stretch, and it'll support you. Gently release next. Keep your hips facing up without rotating your pelvis. See if you can just turn your legs sideways, come back. So now you're going to go into your adductors, your inner thigh, come back up. Notice how I'm not twisting my pelvis or turning my hips. Just going to the side and then coming back. Reaching to the side, coming back. Maybe you go up a little higher. That's within your practice. Four. 3, remember to keep your hip bones straight to the ceiling. 2 more. Now we're just going to hold it for a little bit. Breathe. Just keeping both shoulders down and back on the mat so my shoulders don't tense out. Come back in. The bent knee is going to straighten out. Kneecap to sky, heel presses down. Now, instead of having the same arm side as the leg, hold strap, take opposite arm, same arm I should say. Then you pass it across your midline. Come back. This part, avoid if you have a hip replacement. You don't want to pop it out of the joint. Reach across, spine is long. Exhale. Good. Exhale, reach across. You might feel it anywhere along side of hip, side of thigh, all the way down. It goes all the way down to your foot. And if you wanted to tweak it, you'd rotate your toes towards the floor. We're going to go a couple more. Side, come back. Reach across. Notice how I'm keeping the back of my hip on the mat. I'm not actually going to lift and twist my pelvis right now. I'm not going to twist my spine. I'm just going to stretch my thigh, hip. 2 more. And the last one, you can hold it. Maybe hold with the other side so you go a little deeper. Then if you want to tweak it, you could rotate toes towards the floor. That's going to really stretch the ankle. It'll go all the way up the chain too. So that's one way to tweak it. If you want to add another tweak, your second tweak would be to start to lift it, elevate it towards opposite shoulder. That could be intense. This one could be super intense. Lifting towards opposite shoulder. Woo! Get into your hip and your glute more. Careful not to elevate shoulders like I just did. That's what happens when you tweak things. Makes it harder, more challenging. All right, we're gonna release that side, walk your other foot up, take the place, switch it, other knee bends. Go ahead and just extend and lift. Notice how I keep my elbows bent and I don't go like that so my shoulders don't hike into my ears. I try to just relax the shoulders into the mat, elbows down by my sides. Lengthen and reach. Let's just get into those hamstrings. And 5. And 4. Get the back of that leg to stretch. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Hold it here. So the back of your pelvis still is on mat. Sits bones are just sinking right down into your mat. Just unravel. Anything that's wound you up today, unravel it. Let it go. Persons, places, or things. Just unravel and let go. Gently release your leg. All right, now, without rotating your pelvis off the mat, reach sideways, come in. You're just gonna reach to the side. Feel that inner thigh. We have our adductor group, if I can remember them all. Adductor magnus, adductor longus, adductor brevis, gracilis, sartorius, pectineus. I think I covered them. Those are your inner thigh muscles. Making sure your hip bones are to the sky. Maybe you'll tweak it by going at a higher diagonal if there's nothing in your way, and just hold. Hips to sky so you don't lose your hip bones being straight across. That's your neutral alignment. Stay here, breathe. You can also feel your hamstrings too, because we have 3 different hamstrings. So we get into our medial a little bit here, the inner one, the medial. Come back center. You're gonna shoot this leg down And then as long as you haven't had a hip replacement, start to reach across. But notice how I'm not rotating my pelvis or my hips off the mat. I'm just going to stretch over wherever I can. Come back. Just going to reach over. Reach over. Getting into that side of the hip. You might notice which side's tight, which side's easy, which side's more difficult. Three, reach across. Two more, then we're going to tweak it. Okay, you want to tweak it, rotate your toes like that, down towards the floor. Your toes rotate down a little. And just hold. Your hip is still, back of hip is still on the mat. And breathe. Spine is long. This is calming after a hectic day, or if you've been sitting or driving, this is great to get your hips to stretch. Now if you go tweak it, go a little higher up, still keeping the back of the pelvis on the mat, just trying to get into your side of your hip, running all the way down. Not doing a spinal twist right now. I'm doing this to get us ready for shoelace, a fire log, Agnistabhasana. So slowly return center. You're going to release your foot from the strap. All right. And then what I want you to do here, feel like the low back is just stretching into the mat. You're going to take your hands under the back of your pelvis, slide your fingertips in slightly because I want your back on the mat, and I don't want anyone to bother, hurt their low lumbar spine. You're going to lift your legs up. You're going to straighten the legs out, and then with your hands kind of under each half your pelvis slightly, I'm going to have you lower the legs wherever you can without your back coming off the mat, and then lift your legs back into the air again. So you're just going to exhale, reach down, and then inhale, come up. Your hands are just there for a little extra support. And 7, and 6. Your abdominals keep scooping in. 5 more. So you're resisting as you lower, come back up, and 4, and 3, and 2. Good, one more. Fold your knees, tabletop, take your hands out. Now, you're going to crisscross your arms. Your elbows are in line with your shoulders. Your head is long away from tailbone. Your spine is long. As you allow your knees to go a little bit to the side, not so far you flip over, the knees go left. I want you to think of wrapping this whole right side of the ribs and wring out a wet towel over there. I want you to get those obliques to bring you home. Exhale. And then as your knees go to the right, only so far as where you're still balanced, I want you to really wrap those ribs, pull them together on that opposite left side to bring you back to the center. You breathe in, really expand those ribs, and then exhale. You have to tighten your core to your back. Inhale just as far as you can without flipping on your side. Exhale back. Inhale, your hands stay right where they are. Your elbows straight over your shoulders. Oops, I almost went sideways on that one. Breathe in. Ribs expand. Exhale, come back. Inhale. Exhale. 4. You're going to feel the burn in the sides of your ribs. 3. We want our obliques to engage. 2 more. 1 more. Breathe in. Exhale, come back. Take hands. 1 more time. You're going to place them under your pelvis for extra low back support. And then I want you to do a little pendulum. Your legs go straight to one side, bring them center. Then your legs go straight to the other side, bring them center. And again, I want you to feel these muscles in here pulling around. Breathe in, exhale, little pendulum. Breathe in, exhale. Side to side, spine stays long on that. 4, come in. 3, inhale, exhale, 2 more. Eventually, you don't have your hands under the pelvis. I'm just doing it for protection and support so you don't get hurt. So now, we go to the side. We always recenter our tailbone or sacrum are in the middle of our low back and pelvis and our hips. The center part stays on that. You circle, and then you come right back to the center. You expand to the sides of your ribs. You oops, I kicked the wall. Circle around, and then you come back center. It's funny. I had a 4-bedroom house in Florida. Cali, I have a room. Welcome to Cali. Breathe in, breathe out. Circle around. Breathe in, breathe out. Circle around. So your legs go to the side, come around, all the way back around. In, opposite, breathe in, breathe out. So your tailbone is always staying centered on the mat. This is a nice way to work your obliques without straining your neck. Inhale, exhale, last 2. Inhale, exhale. So we're doing a little modified corkscrew. Last one, breathing in, breathing out. All right. And then we're just going to bend our knees in. And then what I want you to do is something called bicycle. Hands can come behind head and neck. You're going to do your elbows far and wide. You're going to lengthen. Now without elevating your back, I'm going to have you reach and stretch legs long out of your center as your core deepens into your spine. Your elbows stay wide. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Core strong. And 6 and 5. Use your core. Elbows wide. 4 and 3. 2 more. Now, tabletop. Now you're going to kick through, reverse. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, scoop your core tight. Breathe out. Breathe in, elbows wide. Breathe out. Use your core. Breathe in, breathe out. Use your core, elbows wide. 6, core is strong. And 5, back is long. And 4, and 3, 2, lengthen head away from tailbone. And last one, draw your knees in, head down, and bring one leg down at a time. Awesome. Turn to your side, press up. Okay, we're going to do our shoelace. Legs reach in front. Single leg shoelace. Take your knee, and you're going to cross your knee over. Top knee is going to cross over the bottom knee. You can always flex your bottom leg out. If you need a support, you could have a pillow under the knee. You could have a rolled up towel, or you could have your hands. Just being careful you don't hyperextend your knee. As long as it's comfortable, you're comfortable. You're going to stretch up, lengthen your spine, and then you're going to hip hinge forward over the leg without rounding your back. Stay here and breathe. So we're just trying to get into our hips here. We're going to do each leg single. Single leg shoelace. The hips hold tons of tension, so that's why I'm going to focus on our hips a little bit so we could get that tension out. Pull your sternum, your breastbone forward and through. Go into any tightness, release it, acknowledge it. When you acknowledge something that you're up against, by acknowledging it, goes away. So if you're feeling really tense and tight, try to approach it, go close to it, and just let it go. If you're getting more of a release, if you want to reach your arms behind your back to get your shoulders to stretch more, you can. One more deep inhale. Slowly you're going to lift up. Open shoulders, chest. Gently release. Uncross. Shake out your knees. Let's switch. Take the other knee. You're going to cross over the other. Top leg over bottom leg. So we're going to do our single half shoelace. Stretch up into the air. Flex your feet. Lift and lengthen. And they're going to hip hinge over our leg. And usually you'll be aware really fast which side is tighter, which side feels better, which side is worse. Just go with it. Stretch. If you need a little support, you could put a little towel under the knee, a little pillow. Stretch over the leg, flex your foot, flex both feet to give more structural support to hips and knees. And just breathe. Create length in the middle part of the back in between your blades so you don't round or hunch over. Pull your sternum, your breastbone forward and through so you don't hunch your back. Create that length. Each time you inhale, work on lengthening your spine on your inhales. And just let go. Breathe. Go on a journey within. Go a little deeper. You want to get a deeper shoulder stretch, and it's okay on your shoulders and spine. You could reach arms behind you for a little deeper stretch. Really keep your spine lengthening. Open shoulders, chest. Feel those hamstrings. Create lengthened spine. Breathing in, breathing out. Really stretch apart. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel that elongation. Chest is open. Inhale, slowly rise up, stretch chest open, and gently release. Next, what I want you to do, I'm going to have you do a little lift where your ankles shoot out a little bit in front of the knees, collarbones open wide, and we're just going to do a little reverse table where you just lift up, do a little reverse. It's actually a table. Pull those knees towards each other. Press your hip bones upwards. Feel hips stretch. Engage your glutes. Open collarbones wide. Lift. Abdominals tighten in. And we're going to swing through. We're going to slowly extend, hover the pelvis. And then we're going to lift back up. Lift hips to sky. And then you're going to scoop in, swing through. Lift back up again. 3 more. Swing through, hover. Lift back up. 2 more. Swing through, hover. Use your core. Lift back up. And last one. Swing through, hover. And come in. Good job. Next, what I'd like for you to do, you're going to bend your right leg into, ideally, we want to have our knee and our ankle aligned, but it's okay if it doesn't ideally happen. That's fine too. We are where we are. Then we lift up the other side, ankle with knee, knee with ankle. You can see how my hips are tight. I just have to start. Flex your feet. Doing a little fire log here. Stretch into the air. And for me, just sitting tall is enough. It's plenty. Sometimes you could bring the floor up to you. Put some cushions. Put a yoga block under your knee for some support. Breathing in. Breathing out, getting some external rotation through those hips. One more deep inhale, and we're just going to hold it. So it's dropped already. I'm just staying where I'm at, lifting through the spine. If you're more flexible than I am and you need a deeper challenge, you could start to hinge forward from the hips. Maybe you'll come down to your forearms in front of you. If you're more flexible than that, maybe you'll make a fist with each hand, rest your forehead on the hands, on your fist. Maybe you'll come all the way down to the mat. I'm gonna hang out right where I am because that's where I'm at. So whatever works for you, and stay here and breathe. It's not a competition. We're not competing with anyone. We're just trying to push ourselves to be the best that we can. That's what it's all about. Not competing with anyone else. Just trying to do our best. Soften into it. Breathe. Feel the tension melt. And then it gives. See? It dropped. I'm not forcing it. It just gives. You just give it time and it gives. Time and energy. The breath is energy. So time and energy. Time and breath. And focus. When it gives, you can go even deeper. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's do one more deep inhale here. And gently we're going to come back up. All right. We're going to take that leg down. Bring both legs in front for a moment. Turn fingertips out. Lean back, chest lifts. And just do a little windshield wiper. Just a little hip release. Good. Release our low back as well. Okay, come back in. And then whatever side you started on, I bent the right knee. Now I'm going to go to the left knee. Left knee, ideally we line our knee and our ankle. And again, it's ideal, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way, and that's totally fine because we are where we are. You bring your ankle above the knee. You can flex your feet to create a little more spaciousness inside your hip joint. It's also going to give knees alignment. And then you're just going to rise up, breathe in. Exhale, release. And sometimes this is enough. You just sit up tall because of the tightness. Exhale, release. Create the length in your spine. One more time, breathing in. Gently coming back down. Good job. So if you're more flexible than I am, chances are that you are, then you can lengthen all the way up and start to hip hinge forward. And again, maybe you come onto your forearms in front of you like that, bend them. Maybe you fold, rest your forehead on backs of hands, and you fold all the way over the legs. Or you will be like me, and you just hip hinge forward, keep spine, think of a string, lifting up your breastbone to create that spacious length in your spine. We want to elongate our spine. Stay here and breathe. Just melting the tension out of those hips. Layers and layers of tension melting out of your hips. So we're in our fire log, Agni Stumbasana. Let those sits bones drop down underneath you, sinking underneath you, reaching behind you, getting that low back to release. Once you feel a give, go a little deeper. Maybe you'll stretch your sides a little bit, going a little deeper. Keep lengthening your spine. One more deep inhale. And slowly you're going to make our way up. Good job. All right. From here, we're going to slowly come down for a moment to our mat. Reach under the knees. Peel down. Gently draw knees into chest. Just let that back release into the mat. Just let that back sink down. All right. We're going to take our hands behind our head and our neck. Peel up. Really scoop your core tight. Legs reach out. Legs come in and lower back down. So spine is long. Exhale, lift. Hold it here. Reach your legs out. Draw them in and lower down. Lift. Reach. in, down. If you have any herniated disc, osteoporosis, just lift your head up a little bit without doing any flexing into the center part of the back. You'll just float up less. Or your head just lifts a little. Or keep head down. Reach, come in, and down. Reach, scoop your core tight. In and down. Reach, in and down. Use your core. Lift, lengthen, in and down. And 4, lift and reach. That back is long into the mat. And 3, reach, elbows wide. 2 more. Lift, scoop in, come in, down. Last one. And lift and reach and in and down. Awesome. All right. So next thing that I want you to do, I'm going to have you cross one ankle over your knee. And then you want to have that lateral rotation like that. And then we're going to reach under the bottom knee. We're going to use our elbow. And we're going to slowly guide that leg sideways. Flex your feet. Guide that knee to the side and just let that low back lengthen into the mat for a moment. Little recline pigeon. Pilates figure 4. Pressing that knee sideways. Another variation would be to take the hands from behind your hamstring, go down a little deeper, and hug in a little closer, going deeper into that gluteal. Do whatever feels right for your body. Breathe. One more deep inhale and softly release. So we're going to undo that side, cross the opposite ankle over the knee, lift legs up. You want that lateral rotation of that knee. You're going to take your hands, reach under that bottom thigh, flex your feet, use your elbow, guide that knee out to the side, keep back on mat, and do a little stretch here. Getting into that left hip and piriformis, those lateral rotators. Think of obturator internus, obturator externus, gemellus superior, gemellus inferior. When I think of rotators, outward rotators. More will come if I give it time. After a while, you forget names of stuff in the body. You know where it's at. We're going to use the collective term, outward hip rotators. Feel it give, let it come a little deeper. We're going to do a slight variation or stay here, it's up to you. Take hands from behind your thigh, come a little closer below the knee at your shin, and then you just hug in a little deeper. So you kind of feel it move into your glutes more, different lateral glute. Breathe. Do one more deep inhale here. And gently release. Good job. We're going to release that leg. Let's take our feet to hip distance apart. You're going to press all 4 corners of your feet into the mat. I want you to just do 5 bridges where you're just going to lift your hips straight up. Drop shoulders out of ears, chest open. And then you're just going to lower down to the mat. So you're just going to lift straight up, Lengthen tailbone away from your breastbone and come straight back to mat. 3 more. Feel your glutes engage, tailbone lengthens, and come in. 2 more. Chest is open. Last one. Straight up, really strengthen your core, your back, stabilize your pelvis, your low back, and down. Good job. All right. Next, what I want you to do, you're going to take your arms over your head. Inhale, nod your chin, and then I'm going to have you, if you wanted a little assistance, you would nod your chin. Think of an ocean wave pulling under those ribs. Use your hands, pull against the back of your thighs, curl up, and lengthen to top the head. Or you can make it harder. Straighten up legs onto mat. You would reach arms behind head if you had room. If not, you reach like I am, over shoulders. Lengthen apart. Now you have to press the back of your thighs. You press your heels into the mat. And then you feel like your whole spine stretches long. And then your head lengthens away from tailbone. And you start to lift. And you have to go right here. Pull into your back. Pull into the low back. Reach through over the legs. And then you peel up bone by bone. Stack up tall. All right. Okay, you're up. Good. Now, I want you to do, we did each side half a shoelace. So we're going to go into a full shoelace. So you take one knee. We're going to do Gomukhasana, cow face. So then we cross both knees. Woo! And then I'm going to go into the Gomukhasana. So then, oh, I'm going into the stretch. It's okay. Everything is fine. We're going to take this right arm. So whatever leg's on bottom, go ahead, take that arm. Reach to the center of your back, elbow to sky. Now you're going to take the left arm. Palm faces away from you. Reach to the center of your back. Maybe your fingers touch, maybe they don't. Sit nice and tall. We're just going to stay here for a moment. Do a little Gomukhasana, cow face. Sit tall. Just feel your energy go to the bottom of the pelvis. And then lengthen up to top of spine, circulating up and down your spine. And breathe. Neck is long. So our chakras are all in alignment. There's vortexes of energy in our spine. Going inward. Let's take one more deep inhale here. And gently release. All right. Take knees together in front of you. Interlace your fingers in front and just push those blades away from you. Peel back. Elevate up. Peel back. Push those shoulder blades away from you. Lift up. One more. Peel back. Shoulder blades apart. Lift up. All right, let's switch sides. So this time, The leg that was on top goes on bottom. This time my right leg goes on bottom, my left leg comes on top. Woo! Flex your feet. Let's do Gomukhasana on this side. Lengthen your spine, breathing in and breathing out. 2 more. Flex your feet if you can. Flex those feet, breathing in and breathing out. 1 more time. Really lengthen out of your pelvis. Lengthen that spine. I just realized I'm on the same side. If you did the same thing as I did, switch. We need to have our opposite leg on the bottom. Left leg on bottom, right leg on top. Whoa! Okay. I remembered the bottom leg is the arm I stretched behind back. So I was just about to bring that arm behind my back and I realized it was the same side. So that's why I switched you. So we're going to stretch up into the air, lift and lengthen, rising up, come back down, flex those feet, rise up, and come back down. 1 more time, rising up, and come back down. The leg, which is on the bottom, that arm goes straight up. You're going to reach your elbow to the sky, your palm is going to face downward towards your back. And then the side that's crossing, you're going to take that arm behind your back. Palm faces away. Then you're going to start to stretch the hand upwards to greet the other hand coming down. It's okay if one side they touch and one side they don't. It's okay. Lengthen upwards and stay here and breathe. Keep neck long. Sit tall. Breathing in. Go inward. Breathing out. Find that point. You can greet your edge and stay there. Meet it. Breathing in. Neck is long, spine is long. Breathing out. Sitting tall, releasing your shoulders. Going to get into our heart and lung meridians. Cow face, Gomukhasana. One more deep inhale. And softly we're going to come out of it. Good job. We're going to bring our legs together in front of us. We're going to interlace our fingers together. You're going to slowly push your shoulder blades apart as you take it back. Inhale and lengthening up. Exhale. Stretch those shoulder blades apart. Inhale. And then exhale. Yeah, one more time. You're going to inhale, lift and lengthen up. Exhale. All right. Next, what I want you to do, we're going to take our legs behind us. And I actually want you to go into a plank, and we're going to do a little bit of arching for our back, as in like an upward dog. So I'm just going to have you walk your feet back. And I want you to hold your plank, front ribs meet back ribs. And just feel like your shoulder blades pull down back, head lengthens away from your tailbone. And then when you're ready, I'm going to have you draw your elbows in, shoulders drop out of ears, and then I want you to lift up into your downward dog. Your legs are off the mat. And then I just want you to come back into a little down dog for a second. It's okay if your heels don't touch. Just settle into the pose, pull apart. Breathing in, breathing out. Pull apart. Carefully, you're gonna bring those knees back to the mat. And then we're gonna do that one more time. I just wanna get your back to arch a little bit. So I want you to scoop your core tight to your back. And then we're just gonna send those legs reaching straight out behind us. Spine is long, shoulders out of ears, sides of neck are long. Hold it here. Open those collarbones, front ribs meet back ribs. Maybe you go back into your down dog for a moment. Really stretch those hips back behind you. Feel those hamstrings lengthen. Arm bones twist outward. Sits bones pull back. Breastbone pulls forward. Stretch into opposite directions. Come into your plank. We're going to go into a Chaturanga Dandasana. And then we're going to go into our upward dog. Hold, stretching out your back. And then slowly drop your knees. And then we're going to go back into a little Balasana, rest pose. Stretch those arms over your head. Gently release forehead into mat. Sitting back, hips over heels. Allow the low back to widen all the way across. Core is sinking into your back. Shoulders relaxed. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. We're going to just do a little variation. Gently start to reach hands across to one side so you feel elongation in the other side of your spine. Stretch here to one side, lengthening apart, and breathe. Get that whole side of the spine to lengthen. Come center. Now we're going to stretch to the other side. Lengthen to the other side. Feel your spine stretch long. One more deep inhale. And slowly return center. Now what I want you to do, you're going to take your toes, curl your toes under like this, and then I just want you to come up for a moment and just sit back on your feet. Just so you can stretch your feet. I'm just going to sit right over your feet for a second, stretch out your feet, your toes. All right, gently come down. And we're just gonna come into our Sukhasana, or easy pose. And that's it. You did it. Thanks for joining me today on Valentine's Day. So, wherever you are, whatever place in the world, where you're at, I hope that you enjoyed this. And just know that everything is fine. Within your heart space, just go inward if you ever need a moment to recalibrate, to settle in. Just tell yourself, I'm going to take a moment for myself. I'm going to recalibrate my energy so that you can feel centered and balanced. So I thank everyone for joining me. Appreciate you all. If you like my content, please hit like or subscribe so you can help me grow my channel. And I look forward to spending time with you again soon. So happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening. It was nice spending some time with you. Peace, everybody. Take care. Bye. Take care. See you soon.